Done so far early this morning. Obviously, we got off to a late start because of how many campers and some show up this morning. But mostly as far as getting the stations going. Obviously, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for me to come out here and be a part of a Kentucky basketball camp once again. Like I've always said, it's always a pleasure for me to come back down here and give back to what has been so special to me over my 4 years here. And as I've moved on from the UK as far as college aspect, the appreciativeness that they have shown me since I've been away gives me great pleasure to always come back and do things like this. So it's always been a great experience for me.
Hey Sean, talk about the facilities. I mean, obviously this wasn't here when you were around.
Yeah, I'm used to Memorial where we, practice in the heat, and, no AC, and you come over here to the new side, and, the whole thing just looks unbelievable. And the good thing is Coach Calipari and his staff has done a wonderful job of staying in contact with the former players here. He always opened the doors for us to be able to come here and work out. And, the facilities are awesome, but it just goes to show you that all the hard work that guys has put in before us, and up to this point, they make all this happen. And it's just the facilities are getting better and better, but we have top-notch guys that come in here, play some great basketball, and take care of academics like this guy sitting next to me. So it's a wonderful experience to like I said, be here and see the facilities, but also have a camp here.
Hey, should I talk a little bit about your new teammate?
Now with the lockout situation and everything, I guess it's okay for me to say whatever because owners and coaches and stuff got to watch what they say, but. I think the Pistons were very pleasantly surprised about Brandon falling to the 8th spot. They felt that he would go either 5 or 6, or possibly even 3 to Utah. So for him to fall to this spot, I think that the Detroit Pistons are very pleased with to have a guy like Brandon Knight come to the organization. The organization has been through some ups and downs the last couple of years. And we're trying to, get it back on track to where it was when I first, put on a Piston uniform back in 2002 and had the opportunity to experience 6 wonderful opportunities of, going to the Eastern Conference Finals and Finals. So, what Brandon has done, over his freshman year at UK is pretty much remarkable. There's some other freshmen that we know that had the opportunity, like a Ron Mercer or other players that had the type of season that he's had, but to lead a team to a Final Four in your first year is something remarkable, and something that the leadership skills that he showed over his first year here, he'll be able to do in a Piston uniform. And they've been wanting a point guard for a while now, so he'll have the opportunity to come in right away, work hard, and have a chance to compete for the starting spot.
What was your reaction when you saw that he was drafted?
Like I said, I was surprised as well because you hear through rumors and things like that as far as where guys are going to fall and things like that, and I think nobody expected the first 7 picks to go the way they did, as far as most of them being overseas players. Yes, I think a lot of us were surprised, but it ended up for the better. Hopefully this lockout situation can end up, being over soon, and we can get to playing basketball as soon as possible.
Tayshaun, what's your situation right now? I mean, in terms of not knowing where you're going to go and having to wait through a lockout to sort of figure that out?
Well, for one, it gives me more time to, collect my thoughts and see what tasks that I have in front of me. 9 years with one organization has been a blessing for me. There's a lot of guys that was in my draft that has been with 5, 6, 7 teams in their 9-year span. So to be able to be with one program, one organization for that long is a blessing. but at the same time, I have never been experienced of being able to be an unrestricted free agent. So it gives me plenty of opportunities to see what's out there. Like I said, the lockout situation gives me more time to think about things over. But I have options, and we'll see what's out there. And I have to leave all of them open to see what would be best for me and my family, and we'll see what happens.
What's it been like for you with the lockout?
It's been pretty much the same for me. Every offseason, training and getting ready for what's coming up. And with the lockout, I don't really know much about what's going on, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm prepared for whenever it is over.
Tayshaun, do you plan on spending much time here in Lexington, assuming this lockout drags on through the summer? I know Cal's been pretty open about wanting you guys to come back here.
Most definitely. There will be some guys coming in, whether it's mid to late August, early September. I think guys are going to kind of roll in and try to get some workouts in, because obviously NBA facilities are closed. I think one thing that's special about UK is the opportunity of guys coming in here, rolling around through the summertime. You have a lot of guys that come back here. Nazi comes back a lot, Keith Owens comes back a lot, Chuck Hayes, Rondo. You have a lot of guys that always come back and always, not forget where they came from. So I will be here in and out some, and I'm looking forward to trying to get back into basketball shape, and no matter what happens with the lockout, just be prepared whenever it's over.
Brandon, what about you in terms of how you prepare now? Are you going to be here? Where will you spend your time?
I'm at home right now, but I definitely, like Tayshaun said, plan on coming in and working out with the guys around August, early September.
How much have you gotten to see some of the guys now, like Michael and Anthony, new guys, and interact with them and talk to them and just see them play and that kind of thing?
Not a whole lot, because I haven't really been here. So I'll be here a lot more, so I'm sure I get to spend a lot more time with the new guys. And even though I just left, I still feel like I'm a part of the family. I still feel like I'm part of UK, and I think that's the way it should be.
What advice would you give Marcus Teague right now? Because you had to come in after John, and he's coming in after you.
The biggest thing I would just say, do what you do best. You can't worry about what happened before you, who came before you. The main thing is focusing on your team and your situation. A lot of people are always going to compare you to the past point guard, previous point guards, and that's just a part of it. But as a player, you can't focus on that. You got to focus on your situation. And he's a great player, and I'm sure he'll be fun to come in.
Did that ever get to you at all? That you had to kind of deal with it? Did you have a breakthrough where it just didn't bother you?
Not really. I mean, I knew as soon as I committed here, I was going to be compared to John and Derrick Rose because of Coach Cal, coached those players before. So, like I said, the main thing for me was just knowing that we were a different team. We didn't have the same players. We weren't as deep as the year before, and frankly, a lot of people didn't expect us to do as well as we did. So, it was kind of motivation, but at the same time, like I said, you gotta focus just on your team and your situation, and just make sure that your group of guys get better.
Brandon, are you anxious to read your mom's new book when she gets it finished?
Oh yeah, she even told me about this book she was writing, and so I was kind of surprised when I found out that she was writing it. But I actually will be anxious to read it and see what story she puts in it. And I know it'll be an interesting book.
Do you get to edit it? Can you tell her that you can edit it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely going to be part editor, part ghostwriter. But I'm pretty sure it'll be a good book.
Brandon, what's the feeling like now coming back and all of a sudden this place is a part of your past?
It's kind of surreal, Like I said, I just left, and I still feel like I'm part of the team. I still feel like coach is my coach, and I still feel like these guys are my teammates. So it's kind of it's funny being back here and saying I used to play at UK, and I still feel like I should be at the University of Kentucky.
Brandon, with all the uncertainty about the lockout, you still confident in the decision you made to go ahead and go?
Yeah, definitely. I felt it was my time. I felt I had a pretty good season, and my stock was pretty high, and I felt that it couldn't have been much higher. So I felt it was my time to go. Even though I wish I could still be a part of the family, I felt it was my time to go.
Tayshaun, when you guys see what's going on here with what Cal has done, the excitement that he's brought back to the place? I mean, what is the feeling among some of the older guys?
It's a great feeling, and that's that's one thing that we talk about now is that we have a coach here now that really appreciates not just the players that he had here, but the players that have been gone, and he always stays in contact with us throughout the season, just to throw a text here and there just to see how we're doing and things like that. Let us know things that are going on in the summer. Things that he's planning on trying to do to get guys to come in. He gives us a heads up notice and things like that. So it's a huge thing for us to be able to feel that type of passion from a coach that's here and didn't have the opportunity to coach us, but he wants that relationship with us, and it makes guys feel pretty good. And I think you're going to see, over the next few months here, the guys are going to start rolling in, doing workouts and things like that, just because of the relationship that he's putting out there with guys that are that he didn't coach, but at the same time that he's trying to build a relationship. So it means a lot.
Tayshawn, they're obviously totally different situations, but the NFL is able to get something worked out. Do you guys take any solace, any hope that maybe you guys can get something worked out as well?
Well, the thing is people are saying that, obviously with the NFL getting something accomplished, that hopefully the NBA will see what they have done and they'll try to get something accomplished on our end. So, hopefully that does take part. I have been to some of the meetings, and there's some very key issues that they're trying to get addressed. And obviously from both sides, you can see it from the player's perspective and from the owner's perspective as far as, the gap that's not trying to be bridged to a certain gap. So it's a tough task, but you would think that, over the period of time that we'll try to get something accomplished before the season starts and not try to wait too long. But we'll see what happens. I know it's a tough thing when you get guys in the room and try to get something, try to battle something out when something is on the line, but we've all known what happened to the 98-99 season, so hopefully that season doesn't happen to us this season.
Brandon, have you kind of got over red flag? It's pretty obviously disappointing not going. You kind of got over the new face and all that now?
Well, definitely. You want it for pride issues, to go as high as possible. Being a competitor, you want to go as high as possible. That's what you work for. Just to see your name called as soon as it can be called. But it is what it is, and I thank God for allowing me to end up where I ended up. I ended up at a great place, a place that had championships. I don't think any other team in the top 10 of the lottery had championships. So I ended up going to a place where they knew how to win, and that's the place where I always wanted to be. Is a place that is winning, and a place that has the pieces to win. I really feel I ended up in a great place.
You'll be all right.